The community centre can be located at number 10 Sheepcote Lane, and this is Sheepcote Lane. We are about a quarter of a mile from the village. This is the sort of scenery that you're going to be walking through, and if Lynn pans round to the left now, you'll get a chance to see the hills in the distance. Down there is the River Nid, which is prime walking area for this section of the walk. Okay.
Just having a little bit to the right.
No, look round,
I might even find you in a...
No,
oh,
Stephen,
there's you.
There's no Stephen Stimpy about stuff. This is raw video for the guys, you know.
This is serious video, sorry.
No.
I'm not good at serious video.
You can do it stupid as you like. You just don't want that hour-long episode. Okay, so this is the village of Darley itself. View out over the countryside towards Summer Bridge, and over here, panning round nice and gentle, is the Darley Memorial Hall, cum community centre, and the car park that goes with it. Straight into the sun, unfortunately. Leaving the Memorial Hall at Darley, I keep saying Derby, I don't know why. We will turn down the hill and into the village proper. My window up so that the wind noise doesn't drown out what I'm saying. The route takes a left turn now. And if the map is to be believed, we carry on down this road for about a quarter of a mile, where we find Station Road, which is just behind this bus. Where there are shops, cafe, and the post office. Just what you need.
Just what you need.
Okay, so this road now drops to virtually nothing. So it's past the post office. Down the narrow bit.
Looking very pretty at the moment.
Bearing in mind this is November.
That's me, November. Private
look
road,
to the left.
no access. We've got to turn round somewhere.
We have, yes, we'll just back up. But up there, look, it says public footpath to the River Nid. And if you have a pan left, you should see a wire and stake fence that looks very much like the bank of the river. And the footpath must now turn left and follow the River Nid all the way to Summer Bridge. We'll sign off here and see you at Summer Bridge. This is the bridge over the River Nid, as you can see by the Tour de France bicycle and the sign. You're actually going to be walking underneath this by the side of the river as we enter Summer Bridge.
Ooh, river, river, river.
I'm going to try and find out how you do this by parking up in the industrial estate and having a little look round. This is the walk. Now that you're through Summer Bridge, it looks very much like you're going to cross the road on the actual road bridge to change sides of the river. This little path now takes you around the back of some houses at Summer Bridge. I'll shut off and we'll go down to the river. Here's Lynn on the extension of Foundry Lane, and you can probably see the river in the distance. Here's the Nid, which you're going to be following for a while. Here's your terrain. It's impacted soil, and at this precise moment in time, as it's November, covered in leaves. And the view to your right, it doesn't white out on me. The last few houses that make up Summer Bridge. Just by way of a change, here's a remote controlled lawnmower throw this one in for free. This is the cut through from the river. It'll bring you out onto Thomas Gill Road, and now with a right turn and a little left we're going to move on to the B6165 and move forward on the road for a short distance. There is a footpath on the left and some green on the right hand side to play with. There's a possibility that the bridleway on the right hand side would be a favourable choice, but the route as provided suggests that we go down Rig Spring Road. Which could be this one. Okay, this is Low Laths, and about somewhere around here where there are dozens of possible bridle paths to come down, you're going to rejoin this road for a few yards. We've passed about 3 possibilities of bridle paths at the moment, all coming down from the hills on our right. And now the Old Oak Inn is your marker on the left, and there is another bridle path coming up on the right hand side, which is where you will leave the road, I hope.
Right, I'm zooming in slowly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What Lynn's pulling in on now is Brimham Rocks. This is where you will be heading towards. It is almost impossible to plot your route across here. What is looking like roads on the map are actually bridle roads, and therefore for you guys are much better walking. It's impacted earth, flattened by horses and tractors, and should be quite pleasant on the feet. We'll join you at Brimham Rocks in a little while so you can see where you're at from there. National Trust property, and this looks like being your first waypoint. Up to now you've done hardly anything on the road, and the pathways through Brimham Rocks themselves are not a million miles away from what you've already been walking on, except they are gravel. They're impacted gravel paths, and as you can see, being a National Trust property, it's bombed out, and you Okay, this is coming into Shaw Mills down a little dead-end road called Town Street, and as you can see, you've got a little bit of road work to do. And then we're going to leave Shaw Mills up Millbank, and then just up here where this sharp left-hand bend is, looks like you guys are going to go out into the countryside again, following a little stream. I'm rather hoping that somewhere along here there is a footpath. Yes, there it is on the right hand side. It's that tiny little alleyway by the crash barrier. Okay, on the left hand side now is where the footpath from the open country, which is a tar macadam road for this bit, joins what is known as Scorrer Bank.
Now this is up here, they're coming out.
Yeah, the public bridleway. The tricky part now is, unless the GPS route, which is coming out later and is more accurate, tells us otherwise, it looks like you do have to walk up the left hand side of this section of road. As you can see, it's uphill, and they've got the gravel for when it snows. Now we continue up this road, and on the right hand side is Scorramore Farm. So to make sure I don't annihilate this cyclist. Chimney Barn Farm, that one is. more than one. And then as we go round this left-hand straight hill, there should be now the bridle path leaving on the right-hand side, just here. And that is the end of your road section. Okay, after you've done your loop all on your own, you rejoin a tarmac road, which I am going to call point 9, and after a track very similar to what you see right in front of you now, the road you see in front of you is Braithwaite Lane, and it runs all the way down to the B6165. So rather than video the whole thing, we'll do a bit. I'll set the trip counter on the van so you can see what we've got. Okay, we're on the tarmac now. This is a proper road, it's just a very, very narrow one. We've got dead pigeons, or half dead pigeons on it. As you can see, it's about the width of the van, so
just serves these few local houses, I imagine, and there's a farm on the right.
Yep. This bit doesn't appear to have a wide enough verge to walk down without twisting an ankle, but I think further down it does get a bit wider, a possibility of getting off the metal. That was Braithwaite
bunnies
House.
As well.
Oh, we've got bunnies as well. Believe it or not, there's even speed ups in this road. Nice blind bend.
Straight into the sun.
If you want to kill it now. This is where Braithwaite Lane, the farm track come proper road, joins the B6165 on its way to Ripley, which I believe is going to be your next waypoint. Fortunately, it's directly across from us. You can see a stone wall with a path on it, which is the pedestrian way into Ripley. That was half a mile, by the way, that tarmac road. There's a large free car park down there, which we know from previous experience.
It's rammed.
It's A, rammed, and B, easily given over to events like the blind vets. So my guess is going to be, if you look to your right now, Lynn,
it's either going to be in there, isn't it?
Yeah,
in
it's
that
going
big
to
car
be in
park,
there.
or to the left. There's another big, huge field.
This one here. No shortage of space in Ripley Village. Also, it means that you don't have to walk any of this on the road. This place is absolutely lousy with footpaths. You can see.
What they're all parked over there for.
You can see a gentleman on the footpath now. Look on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Which will keep you off the road. It is a fully metalised path because it's doubling for cycle track as well.
Is this where this big crossing is they put in?
Yes.
They put that in a few years ago, didn't they?
They did indeed. You've got your own purpose crossing here. The footpath now crosses over the road.
Presumably goes up there to the left.
Disappears to the left. And then picks up the River Nid again for a wee while. We'll join you later. Have fun. Okay, your walk along the River Nid terminates and you look like you're going to be asked to climb up the bank side and come out between two private houses on what is known as Land's Lane. I'll pan round and you can see that there is a nice pavement both sides, and the road goes around the corner and comes out at a D-junction. We'll join you there. After turning round the corner, Land's Lane joins the main road, where you will do a right turn. And then we continue down the main road past this green open space. pavement on one side, nice green swathe on the left, but what it's like for walking on is anybody's guess. And as we go round this corner here, you are going to turn left and disappear into the countryside again. My guess is you're probably going to make this left turn by the queuing traffic sign and disappear up there, because I am not seeing any public footpath signs. Okay, after Jacob Smith Park, which is what you have walked round since we last left you, your trail ends here and turns into Scotch George Lane. So you've got a bit of road to do up to your next waypoint. We go down Scotch George Lane and we're going to do a left turn in front of the Jacob Smith Park, where I'm going to guess there is going to be a large open space that provides you with your pit stop. Let me take care here, it's an awful junction. Let's round the corner a bit. Methodist Church Street to Oval, Parkway to Park Gate. It's in between here somewhere, bit of a mystery. That, I'm afraid, is an inaccuracy of the overview map.
Unless they open this.
Unless they're going to actually open Jacob Smith Park.
There's a big double iron, wrought iron gate just there. They may open that.
It's not what the map's saying, but at the end of the day, this is only a rough map. Okay, once you've had your pit stop, we go to the end of this is Scriven Road, and we are now going to turn left up what looks like Greengate Lane. We continue up Greengate Lane. And sorry about that, we ran out of batteries.
Pause for battery change.
And here, as you can see, we have to leave you again because you're going back up this private road.
Which one up in here? Up in front?
Towards Market Flat Road, where we have to go. This is a private road which takes you virtually back the way you've come, believe it or believe it not. This is High Moor Road, part of the Knaresborough Round footpath system. This is where you will be coming down, and you will join the road called New Road going into the village of Scotton. We'll take you through it a bit at a time. Here we are in Scotton village, just past St John's Road, and this is, believe it or not, the main street. It looks very much now like we stay with Main Street by doing a right turn here at the Guy Fawkes Arms. Past the Methodist Church. I'll just pull over to let this guy through. At the end of the northern end of the village of Scotton, your roadwork ends and you move on to the footpath that continues all the way through to the main road you left about an hour and a half ago. So basically you're doing another big loop back to Knaresborough again. This is probably why the footpath is called the Knaresborough Round. See you in a bit. Right, here's the other end of the path you've just seen from Scotton, where you cross the road and disappear over the turnstile if you pan the camera around. Sorry about this.
Slow.
I thought you were looking for something.
I am. A footpath.
Yeah, drop that.
Aye, right.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know where it come out. You used to come out on Farnham Road there, but I don't know where it
Eventually it does come out on Farnham Road, yeah. This is the end of the footpath
The loop.
on the Knaresborough Round, where we join the road again, and it looks now like we have a bit of road work to do before you go into open country again. So from here it then pans all the way around.
Somewhere there's a road.
Straight out of my window.
That's the road we're going to go down.
Yeah, this is the road that you unfortunately now have to walk down. As you can see, not much in the way of alternatives. Thankfully it's not too far. Once we get past the school, you'll be off it again. There's some very mad drivers around here, so please be careful. And on the right hand side you will now see the footpath sign that you are going to take just there. Now looking at it from this end, here is your next section of footpath.
A strange old path to go up, isn't it?
I did the trip counter. It is a half a mile of roadway.
Okay.
Okay.